Hello, 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 hello to all you Libras. All right, let's see what we got going on here. Um, okay, all right. Now I can keep an eye on the feed, make sure the connection is still going good. Okay. Uh oh. All right, Libras. I'm gonna do something a little bit different here. If you like it, please give it a thumbs up. I would appreciate it. Helps all it can do. Um, Also, if you would and you're new here, you can subscribe. I would appreciate that. You would get all the notifications of when I'm going live or when I'm posting something as well. Also, over in the community tab, if you go over there, I did put up a post as well as, as your sleep patterns have been disrupted in some way at all. But I thought, would be interesting if y'all would go over there to the community tab and check out that post and also vote on it and let me know how you're not. I'm not the only one that's been going through all this with disrupted sleep because it's been like every day for me. Okay, trying to get back in a routine and it's hard when you've been out of the routine for a while. So anyway, let's go ahead and get started. Oh, wait a minute. I'll be right back. I got to take care of something here. Geez. Oh well, it's gonna show. There's nothing I can do about it. All right, let's go back to here. Um, hmm. Gotta get y'all's name. I thought I had done everything. I guess I didn't. Um, Give me 1 second here to get this together. Sorry about it. I thought I had everything changed. Felt like Nelly too, didn't I? Oh, life's full of mistakes when you go live. You never know what you're gonna get. Um, or what's gonna happen at the moment. All right. Sorry about that. Thought I had it together. Oh, okay. All right. We got your house up here, and it starts out with early in the morning of last night after midnight at 1:54 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. We got your first house. We have Venus conjunct with the South Node. Um, and what this is showing is as the moon was moving in to Cancer, uh, after that full moon that was very intense in Gemini air. So it's, what you think and what you're thinking about or communicating about, and also how to, adapt or survive or whatever has to be done because you're thinking of something that's going on here in your life. And when we see the sail aspect, sales, what I mean, SAILS, it's like a sail being put up on a ship of a direction you need to go in. And this is usually done by the universe, by the divine, that's trying to get you moving in a certain direction. Now, with Mercury being in Sagittarius in opposition to Gemini, it's in its detriment. And it's talking about it's opposite of his house of rulership. So it's weak, it's negative, it's repressed. So something here where the emotions coming from that full moon, the and that it being in Sagittarius, opposites ruling house, it's the thoughts can kind of be kind of weak or negative or repressed in some way. You're holding back your ideals, your thoughts. But the universe and the divine is trying to get you moving. Even though there's an opposition, you don't feel like it. You just want to stay in maybe this and just survive the situation or move on to some in a direction to be able to survive whatever may be going on in your life right now. I don't know. But I know with Mercury being sextile here to Saturn, and Saturn now being direct, and it is moving forward. It's finally gone out of that 0 degrees, out of the retrograde, out of that stationary 0 degrees, and it's now beginning to move forward. And it's going to be way into next year, 213 and a half days before it goes retrograde again. So that will be on into next year. Before this has to go retrograde, stationary and retrograde, and start moving back again. So we'll have to, see what we've been doing. Have we been really working at something here that we needed to work at? But right now, with this moving forward, is trying to get you to move forward. It's trying to get you going, get you thinking, clearing the head. Also with the sextile to the South Node and to Venus here, them being conjunct these energies, the sextile is trying to really get your mental attitudes being activated, awakening you, and you have got to activate it. You've got to get out of whatever this is that you feel weak or negative, or you just don't have any ideals. You don't know what to think. Now, these are affecting your first, third, sixth, and 10th houses. Okay, this sale. And what it is that the first house has to deal with your life, you. And you need to take some sort of dramatic action. Now, with the South Node, it could have been action you've taken in the past, that you rushed into something here, or you weren't expressing what you needed in love, or something here where things were out of balance, and there may have been some losses, because this, with the South Node, it can mean losses, but yet with Venus, it can mean gains, or it can mean losses. I don't know. You'll know. But it's where you really have to take some sort of dramatic action in this first house. It's about you. Maybe you need to express what you need in love to others. Something about you that you need to really check yourself. Because this sale is going to go, it's going to switch over, and it's going to go into with Mercury, dealing with Mercury and the negativity, that you got to activate your mind. You got to get it going and stop this opposition to what you feel, letting your emotions rule your thinking, your thoughts, and not being aware of what you're doing here. You just can't go in there and drive a car and not know where you're going, right? So you've got to know which direction you want to go in. And right now, you could be telling people, I just don't know what I'm going to do, or I don't know. I'll leave it alone. Anyway, there's a sextile over here to Saturn that says, hey, you need to do something here, but you're going to have to do it within some, you feel maybe restricted or limited in work, because this is the house of work. Let's go back to the third house here, because I've left something out with this third house. It's about relationships. You may have some negative or repressed feelings about relationships that you're not communicating about, and you should be communicating. You should be taking that action. And this has to deal with making some sort of preparations or adjustments in your life right now. And then with Saturn over here being in your sixth house, this has to deal with material things. how you work for things, how you gather things. It's about uh, um, your work, your health, improvement. But you got to work within limitations. Um, Maybe you're changing work in some way, the way you work. I don't know. Uh, this can also be a challenge uh, because maybe you're with Neptune. It has a tendency to make glamour and illusions are kind of negative right now, or if things appear negative. You know, escapism. You want to escape things, or what have you escaped in the past? What did you not face here? What did you think you was doing, but you weren't doing? You weren't working towards something here, you know? Maybe living in the past or trying to escape the past. I don't know. But with this energy of the moon trying Saturn here, it was giving you the ability to bring ease and comfort, but don't miss opportunities when they're presented. It's also about productivity and vision and insight. And with this being sort of Mercury being in a detriment, you just may want to go the easy way. You just want to take things easy, slowly, gradually. And then the trine with Venus as well, the moon to it, can be kind of difficult. Now, I already talked about uh, this next one that has to deal with, the only thing that's changed here is the South Node and the Saturn. So the importance here was early in the morning hours was something about limitations. You may be saying, well, I can't do this and I can't do that, and I don't know, I don't know where I'm going, and I don't know which direction to do, and it's just all negative. I've been around people that it's like everything came out of their mouth was negative, and I couldn't stand it. I cannot stand for people to think in a negative way that they can't accomplish things. Sure, I mean, there was things with me that, when I went through, way back when I went through a lot of health things, issues or whatever, no, I couldn't do things the way I used to do them. So I had to figure out and use my mind to be a little more creative in how I do things. Hold on a second. I'm so sorry. Every time you see that hourglass on my software is in a holding pattern. I can't do anything. The next thing we have here at the early morning hours at that time is a yod. Now the yod is like the finger of God. It's trying to get you to move. It's trying to get you to move forward. Yeah, sure, you've been through some things, but you need to survive, and that's what life is. It's survival. And if you're always negative, or you're always feeling repressed, or you're always feeling the limitations, always saying, well, I can't do this and I can't do that. I cannot stand for people to say, I can't do something. Now, understand it when there's something external, like, okay, let's say people are going to court, or let's say they're going to school, or they want to go to school. I can understand when there's something outside of that you're trying to get going, and you have to wait on a date from the courts. You have to wait on this for the school. You have to fill out paperwork. There's limits to where you got to work within things. I get that. But for people to just say, well, I can't do this or I can't do that, I hate that. If you got disabilities and limits and restrictions, there are things you can do. You just got to learn to do them in a different way. And sometimes, we do need help, and we need to ask for help when it's there. Now, with Jupiter in a sextile to Vesta, this is something about both Vesta and Jupiter being in retrograde, okay? Some people associate Vesta to Libra, of a ruler of it, since Venus is a ruler of Taurus and Libra. Some people use Vesta as the ruler of Libra because it's kind of like the scales. But really, Vista is about it represents those things that are sacred to us, and we, in a spiritual way, keep that flame alive of something we desire here, or something we're really dedicated to, that we have an aspiration, a goal, or a plan of something here we want to achieve. And it can be devotion, a spiritual devotion to a cause, a project, a person, or even a belief that we have. So, uh, but it's a spiritual, it's the keeper of the spiritual flame, is what it is. And so it's something. I got something in my mouth. But it's where we stay really devoted to a cause, or that something that means it holds, that's very sacred to us. And so there's something here. It's asking you, what are you aspiring for? What is your goals? What is your plans? And if you sit around all day and say, well, I don't know, I don't know what I'm going to do, or I can't do this, or you're not growing. You're not expanding in life. And that's what we do as we come into this world. We're to learn. We're never supposed to stop learning. And we're not supposed to sit around and say, well, I don't know, or aspire to do anything. I can understand it when we get to like 80 years old or something like that. But still, there could be some things that we can aspire to do, even little simple things. But to just stop learning, or have no goals, no plans, no aspirations. I mean, what is that? That's not even living. That's not even a life. You're just a walking zombie. And I just can't handle people that around me that like that. And when I do come across people like that, I got to get away from them. I just can't. I can't do it. I just can't. So for these houses, uh, I don't know if I finished on the cells, but the sixth house has to deal with that material, and you have to make some kind of preparation and adjustments. 10th is the material where you need to take some sort of dramatic action. It's about something in your life material that you need. Um, uh, and you have to do something here. So the first and the 10th house is really important. It's something in your life. You got to, materialistic wise, that you need, or whatever, that you or that you it could be even money. I mean, anything that's materialistic: food, clothing, vehicles, possessions, or things you value. You take dramatic action to achieve those things. But what I'm seeing here, with both of these being retrograde of Jupiter, and growth and expansion, we're talking about your 8th house, which is what we share with other people. We share monies, we share resources, uh, things that are fixed in some way, finances, life insurances, car insurances, life policies. It's also with our sexuality and all these things. But it's with you, it's Taurus, and it's something fixed. And right now, these two, with the sextile being there, is you need to activate the mind. You got to get creative here. You've got to awaken your mind, your thoughts. And it's something about awakening that growth. Don't let it get stagnant. Keeping some sort of internal flame going. That's what makes us get up and move every day. Now, both of those are in a quincunx to the sun, which is our personality, our identity, something of ourself. You have to make some sort of, because the sun is, you're born under the sun of Libra, the season of Libra, just like it's the season of Sagittarius right now. But something in you here that you need to focus on to make some sort of adjustment in relationships, make some preparations or adjustments here about something that is affecting your psyche, more or less, of your thinking, that has to do with making it more stable about the resources so you can have the stability. You've got to have a goal to work towards something here. And again, it's dealing with material things where you need to take some sort of dramatic action. You've got to make some adjustments here. You've got to have the courage, and that's what quincunxes are, that this is the focus where you need to focus here. Instead of just surviving, you need to get active. You got to set that energy and inner drive in motion. And it's the source of your will, your free will, and self-motivation. You got to have some sense of confidence here, strength, individuality, and being creative as well. Nothing worse than a mind that's letting it be run by emotions, because you get in trouble that way. You get caught up into things that you really don't intend to get caught up into. And went on through the night, for sure. I mean, the moon then trying Saturn. And then it was, after it was trying Saturn, Saturn was feeding it back this energy of trying back to Vista. It's like now is the time with Saturn. Saturn is about where you learn to operate within the limits of society, taking responsibility and living by the rules, overcoming fears, obstructions, and the limitations. It's about father. It's about teacher, learning something here. And now this is where the Yod is, where it's at 3:51 early in the morning Eastern Standard Time. There was a focus here. It was like the divine was trying to show you something, point you in a direction, that you got to make some kind of adjustments here in your life in relationship to other people. If you're around people that don't inspire you, what the hell are you doing around them? If you're around people that don't, where the relationships don't expand, they don't grow, they just, what is that? It's like I said, it's just living. It's like living like a zombie. And we're not supposed to live that way. The next thing that happened at around 8:43 this morning, and I think it's really important that you know what has gone on and why you maybe felt like you did today, and maybe you can get a good night's sleep tonight knowing something here. With the moon being in Cancer now, and it rules Cancer, and the energies are real intense because the moon is out of bounds. It just came out of Gemini. Now it's in its house of rulership. And anything that's over 23 degrees, which the moon right now is at 28 degrees, so it is out of bounds and it is intense. And it's really in that 10th house, which deals with material things. How you feel about it. What is it you need? It's emotions. What is it you love? What is it you're driven for? And this moon is in a quincunx to Mars, which Mars is conjunction with the sun. Something you need to focus on this day, that you are driven. It's an inner drive, an energy that you need, something you need. You take the lead on. Again, I will say it's something where you've got to take some dramatic action. And the 10th house is usually about career, your reputation, your direction, your life, goals, prestige and position. Now, where are you going here? And you've got to make some sort of having the courage to make a decision and really take the drive. Get going. Light that flame within you. I mean, like I said, if you are around people that just repress you, giving you, negative energies and all this kind of stuff, you got to be around, put yourself around people that inspire you to learn, to improve your life. Instead of just going and just, like I said, it's like living as a zombie. Stop living that way. It's not healthy. It's not good for anybody. Then the next thing happened with the moon in Cancer, it came into conjunct with Vista. So they're both at 4 degrees here. That's about perfection. That's about completeness. Well, it's about restoration. Good news. Something here. I was thinking something else when I said completion and perfection. But this is about good news or something of the gospel or something of trying to resurrect or resurrect. I can't even say the word now. Restoration and master time, angels, those sort of things that are driving you. They're messengers that come in. Angels deliver the message. They deliver the word. But I hope you're not getting around bad spirits. I really do. If you're in repressed energy and you're not awakening your mind to things and you're not going in the direction, that the divine is trying to guide you, and you're resisting that, then you might have some negative things around you that are not positive. Then at 12, quarter after 12 today, that yod comes back again. You've got to do something here. I mean, I don't, well, what I need to say is God does not just, he does everything he can to get us going in the right direction. I mean, sometimes we see signs, we see I can't even say the word, synchronicities. And if we're looking and paying attention and our mind is awakened and activated, and we have it activated to pick up on those things. I know it happens to me a lot. And it's like, wow, and it's like, it's one of those things that just makes you think of something here. You are being challenged to go through whatever it is. There's already been a transformation in your home due to your own actions, your own free will that you did. Big transformation in the home, because in this 4th house, you got Pluto there, and you did something here that really was a challenge. You didn't, I think you destroyed something here. Why? I don't know. Maybe it was a challenge when maybe you were living somewhere else and you had to move, and it's been a big challenge. Maybe for some people it was a good thing. For some it wasn't. But I'm looking at Venus and I'm looking at the South Node, and that's at 24 degrees, and it's like, God did something here. Lord blesses us, but then you got to remember too, when we're not living right, he will take away those blessings. He even done it with his own people. I mean, it's a lesson to be learned. If he will do it to his people he loves, don't think he won't do it to you. He loves you, but he'll make you learn something. Like any father does. And if you're trying to escape something here, because with that Neptune, it's all about escapism, you know, in some way. Neptune is where your spiritual vision, your creative imagination, and your psychic abilities lead you beyond the materialistic world or materiality. Glamour and illusions are negative, they get you nowhere. The beauty or whatever, you know. That's when we look at people, we need to see them for who they are. You know, if they put on their best, that's not really, you're just seeing an image. That's an appeal to the eye. But when you get to talking and you get around and all of a sudden all that outside glamour is gone, then what have you got? All of a sudden reality comes in and you're like, holy crap. Think about it. We got to see the inner beauty of things, of people. And that's what I tried to look at. But this yod is going on for the rest of the day. And it will be there all day long, as you can see. And the sun in Sagittarius is in a quincunx. You've got to make some adjustments here to Jupiter in retrograde. There's got to be expansion and growth, and you've got to activate your mind. You've got to decide what is it inspires you. What is your plan? What is your goals? What are you devoted to? A place, a person, a thing, a belief, or what? What is it? What is it you're just doing, surviving? That's not living. That's not a life. There it goes again. You see my little timer? It drives me nuts. I swear it does. Let me see if I can do something with this thing. That's weird. Like it just shut it down. All right. Yeah. Okay. Good. Didn't lose anything there. I got two open now. All right. I think I'm good to go now. All right. Let's see what else we got. We've got this goes on all during the day. The yod is still the, oh shoot. See what it did. Ah, sorry about that. All right. Oh yeah, must have hit the wrong one. All right, and then this is where the moon is sextiling Jupiter. Now that it's coming out of conjunction, it's still in conjunction with Vista, but it's still sextiling it over to the moon, and then the sun is going to be in that quincunx Yod is still there. You can see it. It's still conjuncted with Mars of taking some sort of action. The quincunx from the sun to the moon or to Vista, the moon, and also over to Jupiter. So that Yod is going to be there it's been there all day long, and it's going to continue on. So let's see what is going on and what we have for the situation and the past and the future and what's kind of overhead, what's above you. All right, I've already pre-shuffled these cards. I'll give them a shuffle a little bit more. And we'll see what is going on. All right, what is the situation for Libra? What is going on with Libra right now? Oh, okay. We do have something spiritual here. This is the High Priestess, Cancer. Cancer's in the moon is in Cancer. Venus and Mars, masculine, feminine energy. Something here is like she holds the word and she reveals it when something needs to be revealed here. It's a major arcana, has to deal with the emotions, the need, the nurturing. She was also classified as a judge. It's the phases of the moon, knowledge, spiritual knowledge. All right, what's in your foundation here? I'll get more clarity on that. Like I said, with the emotions being really, really tense right now, and there could also, we see the pomegranates there. It could be something about fertility, the cycle of a woman as well. Be careful. If you're a male or if you're a woman and you don't want to conceive. All right, we got in the foundation, we got the Page of Pentacles. Ooh, could be something here materialistic wise, resources. It's all earth. I can tell. Yep, it's all earth. What about the past here? Pages are messengers. But then there are also students learning. Oh. In the past, we have Aries, water and fire. I guess I didn't. I caught it in time. Mars energy, something that you need to activate, and you know you do. And she's looking right at the High Priestess here. It's a desire for something here. Also, the black cat there. She's also often known to have something with black magic. We have the Two of Cups, Venus energy, Cancer. something with her strength as well. I said strength, and look at there, Leo energy. And then we have the Knight. So the Knight of Wands is something, and something here is not moving forward. You know, and then we have the Lion's head. So I would be kind of cautious of this. You know, Aries is your seventh house. And I did say something about relationships. Um, because you can see here, this individual has like the roses around their head. They're thinking romantically, while this one here is thinking about the world, the materialistic things. See that? But yet her garb is dressed in emotions. I would be seriously concerned here. What is this above? We have the Knight of Cups, which is air and water. So there's something here. I don't know who you're giving to here, who you're giving emotions to, but we got this Ace of Wands here, and the Queen is holding that. So there's somebody that this is all fire. But I feel like it's two individuals, and we've got the Ace of Pentacles. So somebody's looking at something here. Ow. Hold on a second. Goodness gracious, my headphone got caught up in my glasses. This came out with this. So to me, like I said, this person here with that headdress on is like success, or they see something here. They look at the material side of the world, while here you're looking at something more of an attraction, a love affair. Oh, that don't go up there. Home, Aries energy, Venus again, Saturn, Pisces, which we're talking about. Saturn, the initiating. It's like this is usually a reference to somebody. I got a feeling here somebody's worried about somebody abandoning, that this person maybe that you've been involved with or was involved with, that you maybe once knew. There might be some worry about them moving on. Um, Usually it says somebody's got some issues, they walk away, they need space or whatever, and they go and they walk away, but that doesn't mean it's like they're going to resolve something, put some kind of effort into something here to work something out that they're going through emotionally. But then they end up returning. They've got obstacles. They've got challenges here. They've got to work through. There's something difficult here that's going on. But there's a return to a home, a family. But I still say that there's something like where, you're the headdress here of, I don't know if it's you or who's the male, who's the female here. It could be, one person. It could be a female Libra. She's thinking of something here that where, you know, materialistic things. She wants somebody that's responsible, that, can provide. Um, because we do have the page. I don't know if you're offering stability to somebody, or to somebody you think is fun, or um, strength. Um, this may be somebody you're just meeting. I don't know. Or you're going back to a spiritual connection here. I have to. I'm looking at this, but there's some sneaky action going on here. Somebody is not showing their true self. There's ulterior motives going on here. You know? All right, let's see what this High Priestess is about. There's something here about a connection, but I'm really, we have the Clover, Six of Pentacles. Some sort of luck. What is luck here? Sometimes in a Norman, the Clover represents someone kind of hiding. We got the Queen of Swords, healing. Something here romantic or luck. All right. I wasn't even. Yeah, there's some sort of message. It's amazing how that fell out on the page, which is a messenger. Some type of news here, or message received, an offer. What is this with this Queen of Wands? Somebody's under some kind of illusion. Escapism, fantasy. What is it with this Two of Cups? Oof. Ten of Swords. Somebody's escaping something here. Be careful getting involved with somebody that is getting with somebody on a rebound. That may not be telling you the truth. There, this may not even go anywhere. What is it with this Knight? Somebody might be feeding you an illusion. 8 of Swords. What'd I say? Somebody's stuck in something here that's... We got the Sky. Yep. That Ace of Pentacles, somebody's holding back because of the past. Like I said, be careful of getting involved in rebound relationships. That is that not like that Knight of Pentacles. It just stops. There's nothing growing here. Somebody may be fantasizing about you, but if there's any sort of pain here, or be careful, like I said, just be cautious about getting involved with somebody that's going out, getting with people on a rebound. And be careful. Listen to what they say. Watch their actions. Because you may be setting yourself up. If a person sits and talks about, only thing that they talk about is themselves, or they talk about what they've been through, or something here, it's all about them. They don't want to communicate with you and ask you about you. Be cautious. Because all they care about is themselves. And that's all you're going to get. You're going to get somebody that's very selfish. And all they think about is what they desire. So I do want to say, be careful here. So for that, I'm going to take a rest for a while. Y'all take care. You can comment below. But I wish you the best. I just would be real careful. Alrighty. Talk to y'all later.